Hi there. Welcome back to our channel, Luxury Vibe. Today we'll be taking a dive into Mark Zuckerberg and his properties. Hello, and welcome back to our channel. Previously we discussed the billionaire Bill Gates' exquisite $127 million Xanadu 2.0 house. Today we'll be talking about another billionaire and his rather extravagant dabble unreal. Just like Bill Gates, this is also a billionaire that can be said to have revolutionized the modern world and made communication easier as well. A renowned software developer, Zuckerberg launched Facebook in 2004. The social media platform quickly took off, reaching 1 billion users by 2012. By 2007, Zuckerberg had entered the spotlight. He became a billionaire and received notoriety for both his technological brilliance and his rumored eccentricity. Over the past decade, Zuckerberg has consistently been considered one of the most influential people in the world due to his involvement with Facebook and its parent company, Meta Platforms. Zuckerberg was born and raised in Dobbs Ferry, New York by a dentist and a psychiatrist. He has 3 sisters, according to New York Magazine. After leaving his Harvard dorm room to start Facebook, the man who inspired the 2010 film The Social Network rented a few places in Silicon Valley, and even tried to pay in Facebook stock. A former landlord, who opted to accept cash from the young entrepreneur, mentioned in an interview, "Imagine trying to pay your rent with a share or stock of an app you're developing. I wouldn't want to be that landlord after all these years." He has 2 children with his wife Priscilla Chan, 6-year-old Maxima and 4-year-old August. They said having children inspired them to pledge to give away 99% of their Facebook shares, though many have criticized billionaires on exacerbating inequality. The co-founder and CEO of the social media platform Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, has been in the public eye for years. Often cited as a prime example of an eccentric billionaire, Zuckerberg likes to live off the radar. But he definitely enjoys the trappings of fame and fortune. Over the years, Zuckerberg has invested in several expensive homes, and these days, the tech entrepreneur owns at least a dozen properties. Notably, not only does Zuckerberg like to buy homes in exclusive neighborhoods, but the billionaire has a reputation for even buying his neighbors' properties to ensure maximum privacy for him and his family. The billionaire owns about 1,400 acres and 10 houses in Palo Alto, San Francisco, Lake Tahoe, and Hawaii. He has a history of not getting along with his neighbors, from construction noise complaints in San Francisco to a petition against colonization due to his growing Hawaii real estate portfolio. Now let's get into his properties and when he acquired them. Much like everything else associated with Mark Zuckerberg, his real estate portfolio seems to have grown exponentially over the years. The Facebook, now known as Meta, founder currently owns 10 homes situated all throughout California, including San Francisco, Palo Alto, and Lake Tahoe, plus several holdings on Kauai, Hawaii. Each property is far more elaborate than even your standard celebrity fare. In classic Zuckerberg fashion, every house is massive, considerably upgraded, and oftentimes saddled with complaints from the general public. Furthermore, Zuckerberg has been known to buy up neighboring homes to make sure that he and his family have the utmost privacy. Take a peek into all the places Zuck, his wife Priscilla Chan, and their 2 young children now call home. About a year before he and Chan said "I do," Zuckerberg set down roots in Palo Alto with the purchase of a 5,617 square foot home just a short 10-minute drive from Facebook's Menlo Park campus. The tech maven reportedly paid $7 million for the 5-bedroom, 5-bathroom mansion, and then paid a pretty penny to have it outfitted with some nifty technological upgrades, including a custom-made artificially intelligent assistant called Jarvis. Does anyone have Tony Stark's phone number? According to CNBC, among its tasks, helping Zuckerberg's daughter with her Mandarin lessons, identifying visitors at the door, and supplying clean gray t-shirts from a rigged-up t-shirt cannon. Other features of the home include a saltwater pool, a glass-enclosed sunroom, and a huge backyard pavilion. The following year, the couple began buying up the 4 homes surrounding their original Palo Alto house. In all, they reportedly spent an estimated $43 million on those properties. The Wall Street Journal reported that the couple leased the homes back to their former owners, with plans to eventually demolish all 4 to build something new in 2016. The city voted against Zuckerberg's plan, however, so he had to settle for just renovating 2 of the 4 homes in order to create a compound situated on a lot measuring 1.83 acres. In late 2012, the Facebook founder spent $10 million on a pied-à-terre townhouse in the Dolores Heights neighborhood of San Francisco, reportedly shelling out an additional $1.8 million to renovate the brick and stucco home. SFGate reported that renovations included the addition of a first-floor office, a media room, a laundry room, a wine room, and a wet bar. Reportedly, there was also a $65,000 bathroom and kitchen remodel and the addition of a greenhouse on the premises. Not much else is known about the property, except that it presently measures 7,368 square feet. Zuckerberg began what has now been a years-long love affair with Hawaii in 2014, when he snapped up 707 acres on the island of Kauai for about $116 million. His first purchase, according to local newspaper Garden Island, included most of Pala'a Beach and the Kauaina plantation, and posed an issue for locals who complained about the walls the tech magnate put up around his property, which ultimately blocked beach access. According to the paper, Zuckerberg's first Hawaii purchase included plans for a 6,100-square-foot main house with a 16-car garage and a structure that would serve as security headquarters for his $23 million security team. He proposed to demolish the 4 residences and replace them with 20% smaller houses to expand outdoor space for their primary property. But the Palo Alto Architectural Review Board denied his request in part because the houses were not credible single-family homes. What I'm finding here when I look through these plans is that none of these are really residential in my book. A residence is something where a family lives. A person resides in that residence. And these are not residences. These are part of a larger compound, said Architectural Review Board member Peter Balte at the meeting. News of neighbors' complaints in San Francisco also made his new neighbors wary, though builders said they minimized neighborhood impact in their plans, they outlined in the review board meeting. 3 years later, the couple expanded their Hawaiian holdings with the purchase of 89 more acres for $45 million. They once again found themselves in the spotlight after filing lawsuits in order to buy pockets of land on their estate known as the Kuleana parcels. These parcels were given to native Hawaiian tenant farmers in 1850 and were considered sacred to the generations who had owned them since. Zuckerberg and Chan backed off after public outcry, but still ended up purchasing 12 of these parcels. The following year, Zuckerberg and Chan quietly purchased 2 adjoining Lake Tahoe houses for $53 million, the Brushwood Estate and the Carousel Estate, which they combined into a massive compound on the lake's west shore. According to the Wall Street Journal, the couple was also contemplating a third purchase, but it remains unknown whether or not they have made moves for that expansion yet. Photos of the compound are scant, but what is known is that the Carousel Estate features a 7-bedroom main house and sits on 3.5 acres, with a marina-style pier ideal for docking a large yacht. And the Brushwood Estate is slightly larger, measuring 6.2 acres, with a 6-bedroom main house. In year 2 of the pandemic, Zuckerberg and Chan decided to deepen their holdings in Hawaii, spending $53 million for 600 more acres on Kauai. The lot was previously owned by the Waioli Corporation, a local organization that works in conservation efforts, and the couple has been outspoken about their hopes to prioritize preservation efforts with their ever-expansive estate. We have been working closely with a number of community partners to promote conservation, produce sustainable agriculture, and protect native wildlife at our ranch and in the surrounding areas, and look forward to extending that effort to Lapui in the months ahead, Zuckerberg said in a statement. Their most recent purchase brings their total acres owned in Hawaii up to a reported 1,300. His homes in Silicon Valley keep him close to the center of the action. But when Zuckerberg wants to unwind, he heads to his Lake Tahoe property. He owns 2 mansions in the area, expansive homes spread over 10 acres. Reportedly, the primary mansion has 15 bedrooms, huge tiers for docking his boats, and stunning scenic views of the lake and surrounding woods. The mansions come complete with guest houses and space for property caretakers, as well as all the interior delights that one would expect a tech magnate to have, such as an extravagant pool room and built-in bookshelves for cozy nights by the fire. For Zuckerberg, his Lake Tahoe property is the ideal spot to escape the chaos of running a massive business venture and enjoy some downtime with his family. So far, I guess we can just say either Mark really likes his privacy or he really doesn't like his neighbors, or maybe it could be both. But he sure loves owning land, lots and lots of land. Well, we've come to the end of today's episode. Bye for now and thank you for watching episode.